Well, first of all, I want to thank Jaden Ivey for preventing me from blowing a gasket and ranting for the next 8 minutes about what a pathetic collapse this was by the Bulls against one of the worst teams in the NBA. But if I'm being honest, this probably is still going to be a rant video because regardless of the win, it is inexcusable for the Bulls to yet again blow a massive lead in the fourth quarter to one of the worst teams in the NBA, a team that is tanking, and to have the game be decided by a rookie making a mistake on an inbounds play. No disrespect to Jaden Ivey though, like I know it's probably going to come off like I'm clowning the guy hard. Dude is actually a stud and has a ton of potential. I really like his game. It's just a rookie mistake, panicking a bit in crunch time. And it's obviously natural that when you have trouble inbounding the ball, you call a timeout, right? Again, usually players have the presence of mind to know how many timeouts that you have, but again, he's a rookie, a young player who will learn from a mistake like this. But anyway, for this Bulls team, I mean, just the same old story with these guys. It's funny because Lavine hit a big three he was feeling in the third quarter, put the Bulls up 100-79, I believe it was, towards the end of the third quarter. And normally I actually worry in these instances when the Bulls have big leads because we've seen them struggle to maintain leads all season. But in this one, I thought, nah, they've got it in this game. They're playing with a ton of confidence, they're shooting well, momentum is on their side, and it's the Pistons, a team that has won 15 games all season. This is a team that isn't even trying to win. There's no way the Bulls blow this lead. Then, to come find the Pistons are within 2 points halfway through the fourth quarter. It's as if the Bulls were trying to find a way to lose in this one with their horrible execution down the stretch. I said this last night, well, I tweeted it anyway, that when the Bulls lose momentum in a game, they really lose momentum in the sense that they have no way of figuring out how to gain that momentum back. Like the only way they were able to survive and pull this one out was because of a costly mistake on the Pistons that basically gifted them the game. I was fully expecting the Pistons to win on that final possession before Ivey tried to call timeout. I was just waiting to see Bojan Bogdanovic knock down a game-winning three. I mean, did you also see who Billy Donovan had on Bogdanovic on that last play? I love Caruso, and obviously he's an incredible defender, but putting Caruso on Bogdanovic, who's much bigger wingspan with a high arching shot off his quick release, when I saw that AC was on Bogdanovic, I thought it was over. I really did. Now, give the Bulls credit. They actually defended that inbounds play very well to where Ivey probably would have been called for a 5-second violation or turned the ball over on a forced pass. So I guess I shouldn't say we should have expected Bogdanovic to hit the game winner because it's very unlikely with the way the Bulls defended on that inbound play that it would have actually resulted in a turnover anyway. But either way, all of this is besides the point. The point is, I don't care who you are. You should never blow a lead like that when you're up 21 points, about to head into the fourth quarter. I know the Pistons closed the gap and cutting it down to 15 right before the end of the third, but a serious team, a team that comes ready to compete, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, no matter how big of a lead you have, a team that hustles and fights doesn't blow a big lead like that, even if you have a few bad possessions here and there. You're too competitive to let a lead like that slip away, especially against the worst team in the Eastern Conference. You know, one of my guys, Salim, who's the co-host of the Bulls Gold podcast, shout out to him, give him a follow, but he tweeted a memory from 11 years ago, I believe it was, Joakim Noah getting a triple-double on like 20 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 blocks, not assists, blocks, and just watching the highlights of that team. The hustle, the energy, effort, those guys brought it every night, no matter who they played, and it made me really miss those days because the team we have now, it's almost like they take it for granted being on this team. They take it for granted the talent they possess, thinking their talent means they don't need to play hard every night. They don't need to give it their all on the court and risk getting injured. Just a soft team compared to the Tom Thibodeau years with Rose, Noah, and Deng. Anyway, it kind of spoiled a really great game from Lavine where he went off in the third quarter. He had 36 points by the end of the third. Billy got a little too comfortable and left him on the bench too long in the fourth, which allowed the Pistons to get back into it, although Billy's decision aside to leave the bench in the fourth quarter for as long as he did when the Pistons made that comeback, a questionable decision, but the bench also can't allow for that to happen. But anyway, Zach had a great game, very efficient, had a couple of heat check shots that you maybe would like to see not happen, but he shot 14 for 20 overall, 6 for 9 from 3, 41 points. He was aggressive in getting to the free throw line, 7 for 7 from the stripe, 0 assists though, and also only 1 rebound, so he was really focused on scoring in this game, which is fine because the Bulls need his offense. And they got the facilitation tonight from Patrick Beverley and DeMar DeRozan, which, by the way, how about that game from Patrick Beverley? 10 rebounds, 10 assists. I can't remember the last time a Bulls player finished a game with 10 assists this season. Not only that, he had 4 steals, a plus 16 on the night, which was a team high. He was skying high and fighting for offensive boards, snagged 4 offensive rebounds in total due to 6-1, and led the team in offensive rebounds tonight. Like, really, Patrick Beverley is one of the few players on this team playing with heart out there, the one that actually seems to have some pride in wearing a Bulls uniform. DeMar DeRozan had a decent game, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, but some of those shots towards the end of the fourth quarter, not setting up a play, ISO-heavy possessions, and it's all good and gravy when the shots are going in, but when they aren't going in, like tonight, in those final minutes, which led to one-and-done possessions for the Bulls, then it's not so great. Vucevic tonight, eek. Going against a smaller, inexperienced lineup in the Pistons, shot 5 for 15, over 5 from 3, still scored 12 points and 9 rebounds, but that inconsistent shooting has really been killing the Bulls, whereas Vuce was really one of the more consistent performers for the Bulls leading up to the All-Star break. Coby White, Patrick Williams had solid games off the bench. Patrick, 11 points, 2 blocks. I think the thing for me with Patrick is you'd like to see him have a complete game. He's had a few of those here and there throughout the season, but I feel like more often than not, he'll have a solid quarter or two and then just completely go MIA for the rest of the game. And then for Coby White, just goes back to the consistency factor. Had a nice game, 5 for 11, 3 for 6 from 3, 5 assists and 3 steals. But can he do that on a nightly basis? Because we have yet to see it throughout his career. But yeah, all in all, can't really be too pleased with this win. Not with the way the Bulls handled this game, as we have seen them do from time to time this season. It's not going to get any easier either with the Bulls taking on the Suns on Friday, and Kevin Durant is back. He's going to be playing. We'll see if they can keep him at bay like they did when the Bulls played the Nets earlier in the year before he was traded. Either way, you guys know I'll have a post-game video out after the game. Hopefully it won't be another rant and the Bulls actually show up well, even if it's in a loss. Until then, guys, as always, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.